a lot of people want to use AI for work, but for life, it's great too. You can save time on just random stuff inside of your house. Like, why not? Like booking potential reservation at a restaurant or getting some groceries delivered by just talking to Alexa. It sounds like it makes a lot of sense to me, especially since like Alexa has Amazon and stuff, like those type of basic tasks are just the starting point, but advancing on that, that's something I can imagine can really be powerful with these products. So hi, my name is Dimitri Benici, and I'm a content creator, agency owner, and AI enthusiast. You're listening to the AI Agents Podcast, brought to you by Jotform, and featuring our very own CEO and founder, Ida Tank. This is the show where artificial intelligence meets innovation, productivity, and the tools shaping the future of work. Enjoy the show. All right, so most of you are probably coming to this episode of the AI Agents Podcast wondering how an AI agent can help you be an amazing social media content creator. And that's because a lot of you probably deal with these little bits and pieces of what you're doing on a daily, weekly, and bi-weekly, I don't know what the frequency is, but on a consistent basis when it comes to creating social media content. And not only the creation, but also the management of that content. For me, as somebody who is creating over 100 pieces of content a month on all the different platforms I do and for various clients, it's very important that I utilize AI agents in order to manage my social media processes better. So in this podcast episode, we are going to dive into varying automations and agents that I've created in order to make managing my social media that much better. So be sure to stick around, hit that like button, and come over to the YouTube channel to subscribe for our newest episode, how to make your world a little bit easier with AI agents in social media. Let's dive right into it. So first of all, I just want to talk about how I have a couple different categories I'm going to cover in this. That's going to be community post, which I do a lot of on YouTube, and this is sort of the content ideation portion. And then the second portion of this is going to be content expansion, so to say. So if I go into my Notion here, I'm going to head over to my recurring task that's really cool. So for those of you that don't know, community posts are pretty great. I do post them on YouTube on a consistent basis, and these are essentially polls. And what these polls are is they're essentially meant to engage with the audience and try to keep the audience up to date on anything that's interesting. However, when looking through a lot of different things on the internet, it's kind of hard to consistently come up with ideas without having to do some research. But what essentially we're going to show is how AI agents can do the legwork of the research for ideas. So if I go into dumplingai.com, it's a really great product. You'll see here that I can find a couple different research bots that I've made, which end up making this inside of Notion for me. Here you'll see that there are multiple community posts that have been made recently. And as you'll see, if I make a little property here that says created by, it'll say it's created by make.com, which means I didn't make it. Make.com is an automation platform that can do this for me. And you'll notice there are multiple polls in each of these cards that are made every few days. Now, how did this end up happening? Now, if we take a look at this create YouTube community posts automation, you'll see that I'm creating a AI agent step-by-step automation where I grab the AI agent, and you can see there's this ID here, which I simply have to just check which one it is by cross-referencing this here. Okay, YouTube community post creator. Now, what I did is I made a specific AI agent around community posts, and let me show you the instructions that I gave it. Its role is to be a unique conversational and interactive poll creator that helps with YouTube community posts by researching the different news and productivity apps, because I have a YouTube channel around productivity that's under my name, and then identify engaging angles, compile the facts quickly together, and then create a post in this structure. It'll be a poll, it'll have a short breakdown of the question, highlight maybe the news or trend it's based off of, and then create 3 to 5 options in the poll. So by following these steps, essentially this AI agent is going to do a great job. I've also added some things like sample post templates. As you can see right here, there's a hook question and then poll options. Now, what I did, as you can see here, is actually I used ChatGPT and AI in order to help me make these agents. There's going to be another episode in this series where we're going to actually show you how to make any AI agent that you'd want and give it the instructions that are good. Okay. And then on the bottom here, what you're going to see is there's a search perplexity and search Google option here. So both of these options are essentially going to be able to search the internet and news. And I can even search Google News if I wanted to as well for latest news articles on productivity apps. And I could also have it scrape URLs maybe. And in this context, what it'll do is it'll essentially take this information from the instructions and use these tools accordingly in this automation, where I've added a specific prompt where I say, all right, make sure to gather 2 to 3 most interesting productivity app updates or features announced in the last 7 days, make 2 community post polls using a warm, friendly, and conversational tone, and then giving it more instructions on how to make the polls. Then from there, what I do here is I simply just like get rid of any of the special characters. Usually there's a lot of random bolding and italicizing and hashtags and stuff like that inside of any AI generated content. I have no idea why they want to do that still, but it is the case. And then from there, I create a community post where I essentially just add this ChatGPT response to it, right? So from here, you'll see I have some great ones to choose from, and I have had to do no research myself. And if I wanted to run it, you'll see I have it scheduled to run Monday through Friday, but I'm going to run it one more time just to show you how it works. All right, so first step that happened is it essentially generated a bunch of text, right, around some different updates that occurred, like the Microsoft 365 AI integration, which is cool. Super Productivity Task Manager, a new task manager called Super Productivity. Oh, I've never even heard of this. Interesting. And then it created a couple polls. So you'll see it then, there's got all these like little italics and stuff. Then if we go to the most recent creation here, it removed those, which thank goodness, I can't stand those little italics and stuff like that. All right, so hello, productivity enthusiasts. Have you ever tried the new Super Productivity Task Manager? It's designed to take your time management to the next level. And then here, what I'll end up doing is I'll go to my community posts, which I have a convenient hyperlink in my recurring tasks here. It'll take me to it. I'll paste out the question. I'll go back. I will go here as well. And then I will grab each poll question one by one and put it into the 4-option community poll. I'll obviously double check as to whether I want this to be written any other way, but overall it looks pretty good. I'm going to say, just curious, have you tried the new Super Productivity Task Manager? It's designed to take your time management to the next level. Which feature would you find most beneficial in a task manager? Nice. All right, now all I need to do is simply, let me just figure out when the latest community post is, and I'll just schedule it a couple days later. Okay, so February 2nd, cool. Let's schedule this for the 4th. And after I press schedule, we're good here. Now I can simply check this off. If I want to use the second Microsoft 365 AI integration, I absolutely can as well. However, I'm okay. I feel like I got what I wanted out of this. I don't really want to talk about Microsoft 365. That's fine. But as you can see, basically Monday through Friday, I got good ideas that I can pull from in order to make consistent community posts. And I've done no work here. And obviously you can always tweak stuff and adjust how the prompts work and how the writing looks. But this is a great start. This is not something that you should scoff at if you're looking to save time and do more regarding AI generated content. What I like about Dumpling AI is it has the ability to search different areas. So it's like taking organic things that exist rather than just like the baseline level of information in an AI model like ChatGPT. So pretty solid stuff here. Now, this is really important to note as well. It not only has the ability to create wonderful AI agent ideas for like community posts, but what I actually do in order to prepare for this podcast is really nice. If you go to the trending news to podcast topic generator, what you'll see here is I have another AI agent. And this essentially makes a AI agent workflow so that it has a goal to analyze trending topics from the AI agents industry and turn it into potential podcast episodes. So the step-by-step for it is essentially receiving trending topics, categorizing those topics, creating podcast episode ideas, making an example outline for the structure, and then formatting the responses into something that's a little bit more manageable. So what I'm going to do is now show you that automation. So AI agent, podcast, research, and topic generator. So first what it does is it will research AI news from the Perplexity and Google News options that are on here. And then from there, this is going to turn it into topics. So it's going to then take the topics from the researched content and create news based off of it, turn that into usable JSON so there could be multiple episodes. Then those episode ideas are going to get broken down into an iterator. So as you can see here, this JSON turns it into a multi-stepped option. So it's like a bundle. And then now we have 3 of these with different titles. Alexa 2.0. Ooh, Amazon's bold move towards AI agents. Securing the future, AI agents and physical security. The automation revolution, AI transforming industries in 2025. Nice. And then it'll create a content idea for each of those different episodes. And after that, what this does is it ends up doing more research because I send a message and a prompt to enhance the original topic, right? And then after that, it will add the text from the topic enhancer to my Notion ideas. So let me show you that. So what I really liked in this system is that basically on a consistent basis, content ideas are being created. And what I can do is when I'm talking to Ideken about different ideas for the podcast, I'm really intrigued in all of these topics. And this is doing the research for me and enhancing it. I really like the idea of Alexa 2.0, Amazon's bold move towards AI agents. So what articles exist that made this possible? I'm going to take a look at the description for you real quick. So this is an episode that would dive deeper into Amazon's ambitious plans to evolve Alexa into a fully functional AI agent capable of performing practical tasks. This episode will tackle the challenges, innovations, and market implications surrounding the transformation, featuring recent developments and insights from industry experts. So we have a couple articles here. Let's check it out. Okay, so we got one article. It seems to be good. 2 articles. Wow. So this is what you'll see here. It has real news about how the head scientist at Amazon's AGI, Artificial and General Intelligence team, said in order to function as an AI agent, Alexa must be able to call hundreds of third-party softwares and services. He added that the company's Nova model were built with Alexa's needs in mind. Okay, so this is very interesting. They are definitely trying to make this the case, and I am all about that. And you'll see there's a lot of articles that came into here. So now at the bottom, there is discussion points. So the discussion points for the podcast could be how the transformation of Alexa and its implications for consumer technology are going to be a thing, challenges like hallucinations and how they're going to be addressed in the models of AI, the potential impact of AI agents on retail, customer service, and everyday consumer tasks. We haven't really talked about consumer tasks on the podcast yet, so I am going to talk to Ideken about this topic. Comparing Alexa's evolution to other AI assistants in the market, and then future consumer expectations and the role of AI in shaping personal assistance. This is a very interesting topic in my eyes because, a lot of people want to use AI for work, but for life, it's great too. You can save time on just random stuff inside of your house. Like, why not? Like booking potential reservation at a restaurant or getting some groceries delivered by just talking to Alexa. It sounds like it makes a lot of sense to me, especially since like Alexa has Amazon and stuff, like those type of basic tasks are just the starting point, but advancing on that, that's something I can imagine can really be powerful with these products. So, but as you can see, I didn't have to do anything in order to make this the case. It simply was a step-by-step process where I made a first AI agent that knows how to find ideas and then worked from it into this entire podcast episode. Now let's talk about whether I wanted to take an idea and expand on it. All right. So let's say, for example, I want to talk about AI agents and how they can grow your social media presence. I've actually created an AI agent, where what I can do is I can enhance content idea. And what it'll do is it'll take this title and through a webhook, as you can see in make.com. Now what is it doing? It's essentially doing a step-by-step where it is going to look up trending topics and popular AI product news and research for recent content in both Google News and Perplexity AI based on the specific topic, AI agents and how they can grow your social media presence. And then it's going to do the same thing next, where it's going to, based on the recent articles, create a podcast episode out of it. And then do a topic enhancer step similar to that last automation where it says take the topics and enhance it with more articles, discussion points, and more content overall to make it a more interesting discussion, right? So it basically did the other steps that you found, like to make the content possible in there, but it just did it for an idea I had off the top of my head or something I saw online. So this is, in my opinion, the key things here, right? We got some ideas for discussion points on this topic. How are AI agents changing the way brands approach social media marketing? What are the implications of AI-created influencers on authenticity and engagement? Can AI agents truly replace human influencers? That's a great question. And all of those topics were researched off of, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 articles. And there's summaries for each article that go along with it. So after a quick read of this page and checking out the discussion points, I'm going to be prepped for a podcast episode that's good. and that makes sense for an audience like this one. I could definitely talk about these things on my own. I can talk about it with Idekin. All of these are great ways in order for you to take all that work of a social media manager off your plate, so they don't have to look through a bunch of articles. You can have them do much more important work that's like human required rather than human kind of required. Like not really required. I mean, this kind of research isn't needed by a human if this can clearly do it with some searches on its own and information compiling. So if you're looking to enhance your social media presence and decrease the amount of time you have your social media managers working on unnecessary tasks like research, and there is anything else you can imagine in this realm, I really recommend you try these steps out. And if you like this episode, please leave us a like on YouTube, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, follow us on every platform possible. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.